What's going on, everybody? I'm Brams, and today I'm going to attempt to teach you Awesome Reznor Kill, or ARK. It's a fairly new and semi-difficult strat for the 96 exit speedrun. So coming into the stage here, we're going to have Cape and Blue Yoshi and no item in our item box. And quickly, before we go into the level here, if you're on the practice cart, I definitely recommend enabling the sprite slot display. There are a few options here, but you really just need this one, so the one that has the 4 highlighted. I'll explain why that's important momentarily. But heading into the stage here, at the beginning, everything is fairly normal. The only difference is you have to grab this flower here. So I actually made a video on this flower grab a long time ago. It's not too complicated, honestly. You just have to jump into the box, turn around, and grab the fire. It's very similar to the groovy flower grab, which is a pretty old school strat, but it doesn't really need much more explanation than that. If you want to check out the other video, it's basically the same as this, but with no commentary. It's got input display and all that fun stuff. I'll leave a link in the description, why not? But yeah, so you need this flower, practice the grab, you don't want to mess that up. Normally you would grab a flower later in the level, but we actually need the fire for the trick, and there's one before the setup for the trick, so it's a lot faster to get this one. But anyway, moving on through the level here. Ooh, I thought my save state was later than that. There we go. So if I continue through the stage here, you'll notice that the fish down there in the pit is in sprite slot 3. That's what the numbers mean on the sprites here. So that P-switch is in slot 6, fish is in slot 3. We need that fish to be in slot 7. So a easy way to accomplish that is by breaking that shell, and now you see the fish is in slot 7. A few quick things about this shell is it's possible to mess that up. So you don't want to break it too quick, like this for instance. You'll notice now the fish is in slot 3 again. So you want to try to break the shell when it's about even with the halfway mark, or even a little bit right on this flat part. I generally just aim for down the middle, and if I hit it a little bit to the right, it's usually okay. Another thing is actually you can completely miss the shell here, and that will work. The fish will be in slot 7. The only downside to that is you kind of have to react to landing on the ground. I did a little too quick there, but you get my point. It's a little bit faster to hit the shell, but if you don't, it's no big deal. So once you do that, I'll make a new save state here. Or just completely miss the shell, that's another good option. So you'll want to try to land on this slope or on this flat part here, and you're going to do a big jump to this small flat part here. It's okay if you land a little bit up the slope, but I would try to land for this tile here. So that's pretty good. So this is the part in the trick where we execute the double tongue glitch, and if you're familiar with Groovy Boss Kill, or Cookie Mountain Boss Kill, or most other boss kills in this game, you'll know what the double tongue glitch is. So basically what we do is stick out Yoshi's tongue on the same frame that we grab a power-up, like that, and you notice that a tongue came out of Yoshi's closed mouth, and then some time passed, and then another tongue came out, hence double tongue glitch. So generally when we do the double tongue glitch, we want to grab something with the first tongue, and then something with the second tongue. And in this stage, we want to grab the red shell, that one, with our first tongue, and this Rex here in slot 2 with our second tongue. He's the first guy in line. There's usually 3 dudes there. So one thing I will say about executing the double tongue glitch here is you actually can screw it up, but be okay, if that makes sense. So what you want to do is drop the secondary with select, and then 1 frame later hit X, or Y, I guess, if you're already holding X. Y and X do the same thing. But if this happens, not that, if this happens and no tongue comes out of Yoshi's closed mouth, you can actually hit select again, like that, and you'll have another chance to do the double tongue glitch. That is assuming that you pressed Y or X at the right time. So once you do that, you want to grab the shell with the first guy and slow down. If you don't slow down, you'll end up killing the Koopa, which is bad. We need him. So that's what you want to do right there. You want to grab the red shell, then grab the Rex, and then eat cancel the Rex. And eat cancel, by the way, is just getting hit while something is on Yoshi's tongue. You want to eat cancel the Rex with that Koopa. And then you want to land back on Yoshi, by the way. So once you do all that, so right there, actually, I didn't slow down enough and ended up eating the Koopa. That's an example of not slowing down enough. And I guess I'll show an example, too, of slowing down too much. That might be useful. So like that. I missed the Rex and consequently ate the Koopa there. But anyway, moving on. I'll set up the double tongue and explain the next part of the trick. So if I do everything right here, you'll notice that the Rex that we eat cancel actually falls through the ground. And we want to wait for him to go completely off screen before we do the next part of the trick, or else it won't work. Oh yeah, right there, you notice that I got the double tongue glitch first try, but then also dropped the fire. Not a big deal. If you do that, it's totally fine, and everything will still work. And also, one more thing I wanted to say about the double tongue part is Green Death Flavor made a video a long time ago on all the different scenarios in which the double tongue glitch can happen. I'll link that in the description. It's pretty useful info. So the guy went off screen, then we just have to slide kill the dude on the ramp there. And then you'll notice that the fish is swimming back and forth, and we want to wait for him to just about turn around, which he will do under that second coin, the higher coin. Well, he disappeared, but once he is about to turn around, you want to sit here, hold down, and spit out what's in Yoshi's mouth. And if you do that right, you'll hear an audio cue, which I'll describe, which is basically the sound of a shell hitting a wall. It's like a dunk sound. And once you hear that, you want to stick out Yoshi's tongue again. And if you did everything right, Yoshi will disappear, you'll hear blocks breaking, and the boss fade out will happen, and you will have successfully done the trick. So let me just try to get that going here. Very good, slide kill, fish is gone. I must have waited, or not waited long enough for the guy to go off screen. Got too hasty there. That's a very common mistake with this trick, is not waiting long enough for the guy to go off screen. Ooh, you noticed right there that he kind of got stuck in the wall. It is possible for the Rex to kind of just start walking out of bounds, and that's just because of how the tiles are shaped, I guess. If that happens, just you have to wait a little longer for him to walk and fall off the ledge. Not a big deal. So there you go. There's the trick. So normally with these strats, which are pretty standard, you get a 272, although 273 is definitely possible. Okay, let's listen for the audio cue again. There it is. Did you hear it? Gotta listen for it. So one thing I will say now is, if you have to do the backup double tongue, where you switch to fire, you do not have to switch back to cape in this stage. In fact, it will most likely end up being a little slower. What you can do, however, is before setting up for Groovy Boss Kill in the next stage, you can just do a quick swap. So Mario will actually not freeze if he collects a power-up off-screen like that. Well, not really off-screen, but you get it. So that's basically how you want to set that up. And then, ideally, you don't spit those fires on screen if you're doing GBK. You kind of want to do it like that instead. But now you can set up for GBK. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Hopefully this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or hit me up on Twitter or Discord, or you can ask questions in the help channel in the SMW Discord. All of those things, plus the 2 videos I mentioned earlier, will be linked in the description. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and good luck.